Good morning, everyone. Well, that's right, I'm Carl, and welcome to Unity of New Westminster. And everybody please stand for our first song, You've Got a Friend by James Taylor, who wrote it. When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand, and nothing's going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together, call my name out loud. Soon I'll be knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah. Hey, ain't it good to know that you got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you. Well, they'll take your soul if you let them. Don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, yeah, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of New Westminster. It is wonderful to see you all here today. I'm Reverend Rhona Segarra, and I'm so delighted that you are all here today. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. If you are joining us again, welcome back. And if you're joining us online, a very warm welcome to you too, from all of us here at Unity in New Westminster in beautiful British Columbia. We are delighted that you are here. Today is a special day because we have two people in our audio visual department who are training to deepen our bench. And so before we even begin, I want to welcome Stuart and Pamela who are learning everything there is to know about audio and visual and getting our message out to the world and getting our message out to you so that you can hear our musicians and the people speaking and stuff. So very happy that you're here. And if you hear some chit-chat in the background, that's what's happening, is we're trying to coach people at the same time. Why are we here every week? Because we share ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, who we consider our primary way shower and example, and we honor that there is wisdom to be found in faith traditions all over the planet. There's wisdom to be found in songs and in story and in everyday life experiences, as we'll notice today. All are welcome here. All are worthy here. All are celebrated here. We welcome everyone and respect everybody's right to choose their own life path. And our intention is to offer ideas so that your life could be calm, connected, and contented. And who wouldn't want more of that in their life? Shall we begin with a time of centering prayer? We gather today with gratitude. Gratitude that we are here on the ancestral and unceded territory of the Kakite First Nation. We give thanks that we are able to join together here every Sunday in community to laugh together, to learn together, to sing together, and to find ways to uplift each other and ourselves. Every week we are reminded of our connection to each other, that we are part of one power. That power is understood by many names, worshipped and adored in many ways. And we embrace the idea that it is one. So whatever your understanding may be for the creative energy which brings us here and in which we live and breathe and have our being, whether you call that creative energy God or Allah or Yahweh or Creator or the Force or science or nature or life or hundreds of other names, let us acknowledge and embrace the idea that it is one. That there is no spot that God is not, and that includes each one of us. And it is from this awareness of our connection that we extend a blessing of love, a blessing for peace and contentment and healing to every being on this planet. Those who are in times of joy, those who are in times of suffering, those who are facing challenging decisions, those who are resting in a time of peace. We uplift every being with love, with warmth, with compassion, trusting that our uplifting makes a difference. And for this, we are so grateful. And so it is. Amen. I'm going to invite Barb to read the daily word for us today.
We're a team.
Good morning.
A duet.
This is.
Ice cream cone.
Okay. Good morning. I'm reading from the Daily Word, Sunday, July 13th,
Walt.
2025. Courage. God within me is the source of my courage. Worrisome and challenging events may leave me thinking, I don't have the courage to face them. What I'm going through may feel like too much to bear. Then I remind myself that as a divine being, I have all the courage I ever need. How I view myself as a strong bearing on how I handle moments of stress. If I tell myself I'm weak or unable to cope, that will probably be my experience. But if I affirm that God is within my power to rise above,
We're working out this team thing.
within my power to rise above my worldly situation, I will feel courageous, empowered, and strong. Stressful moments may leave me feeling alone and afraid. With the presence and power of God within me, I realize I'm never alone and need not fear. This is the source of my courage. I hereby command you, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened or dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua chapter 1, verse 9.
Very fine.
And now we're going to sing Mean Old Man by James Taylor, and I'm wondering if fader number 4 can be brought up just a bit louder. Just the slider at the bottom. Yeah, bring it up a bit. That's good, thank you. On my own, how could I have known? Imagine my surprise. Just a fool from a tree full of fools who can't believe his eyes. Imagine my surprise. I was a mean old man, I was an ornery cuss, I was a dismal Dan, I made an awful fuss ever since my life began. And it was ever thus. I was a nasty type who was hard to like. I had to misbehave, I did things in reverse, refused to wash or shave. I was horrid to my nurse, I got back what I gave, which only made me worse. I had to have my way, which was bleak and gray, oh dear. Living in here, 100 years of rain, such a drag. This riches to rags, with just myself to blame, a dirty low down shame. Silly me, silly old me, somewhere outside my mind. Clever you, walking me through, willing to lead the blind just in the nick of time. Who gets a second chance? Who gets to have some fun? Who gets to learn to dance before his race is run? Who gets to shed his skin? Who comes up born again? who was a mean old man till you turned him into a golden retriever puppy dog who was a mean old man.
That's such an interesting song, isn't it? And sometimes I think we can see ourselves in some of the words of that not easy to sing song by James Taylor. James Taylor, right, Carl?
Yes, he wrote it about his redemption.
He wrote it about his redemption and his recovery. That any mean old man can turn into a puppy dog. It's never too late. Redemption. As we prepare ourselves to hear today's message, let's move into a time of quiet. So I invite you to close your eyes with me if that feels comfortable for you. And with every breath, allow yourself to sink a little deeper into your seat. With every breath, become a little bit more still. With every breath, notice that a breath is made of not just the intake, but also the out breath. This beautiful rhythm of life. And with every breath, allow your body to still. Allow your mind to still. And imagine that with every breath, that you're not just breathing in life, but you're breathing in love. With every out breath, you're breathing out life and breathing out love. Imagine love then flowing into your body. And as you exhale, send love beyond your body. Imagine love blessing everything it touches. As you breathe in, it's blessing every part of you. From the tips of your fingers, to the tips of your toes, to the crown of your head, to every part of your body. Imagine love infusing you. Imagine love infusing every part of your mind, touching your thoughts, touching every part of you, all the different roles that you play. And as you breathe in love, allow love to surround all the parts of you. The parts that are the puppy dog, the parts that are the mean old man, the parts that are the nasty woman at times, the parts of you that are childlike, the parts of you that are serious, the parts of you that are funny. Imagine love entering your body and touching all of these characters within you. Imagine love embracing all of you. Take a moment now and feel that warm energy connecting within you, surrounding all of you. And as you feel compassion for yourself, for all the roles that you play, and all the ways that you show up in the world, as you feel this compassion infusing you, allow it then to flow from you. So that same generosity of spirit may be shared with the people around you. The people who at times can be the mean old man, the puppy dog, the nasty woman, and in love, in compassion, embrace it all. Make friends with it all. Accept it all. And with every breath you take, whether it's inward or outward, see if you can make it safe for every part of you to be there. You've got a friend in me.
When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and we'll see it through. 'Cause you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. Some folks might be a little smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too. None of them will ever love you the way that I do. It's me and you, boy, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny, 'cause you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me.
It's a good song.
Thank you.
Walt and I were in Whistler for the past several days, and the plan was that we would have dinner in Whistler last night and then drive home and then come to church today. And we were having so much fun that we decided, no, we're going to spend the night and get up really early for us and come directly to church. And I was driving today, and I had a coffee, and as I turned the corner, a curve, nothing serious happened, but I hit a rumble strip. And his first question was, "Are you okay? Can I help?" Has anybody ever driven and hit one of those rumble strips on the highway? What? Of course. Did I just hear the word "of course"? Or were you?
You don't want to know what I just
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with "of course."
It was on the way to Whistler.
Oh, no, and it was also on the way to Whistler. Yes, well, hopefully you hit the rumble strip. The thing about the rumble strip is it is designed to do what? Wake you up. To help you know that you're about to drift into a place that's not yours to drift into. Sometimes it's to prevent you from drifting completely off the road. Other times it's to prevent you from drifting into somebody else's lane. So as soon as you hear or feel that rumble strip on the road, it's as if it's a wake-up call to stay in your own lane. Pay attention to what you're doing. Remember I said that we can learn from our everyday life examples. Well, isn't it true that that same concept of a rumble strip, staying in your own lane so that you don't go off the road or go into somebody else's lane, can also apply to our lives and the relationships that we have? For example, has anyone ever had someone come to them and say, "You know, I really think you should ... Everybody's laughing. Or have you ever gone to somebody else and said, "I really think you should ... whatever it is. Whatever words of wisdom you might want to impart because they're not smart enough to figure it out for themselves. How'd that work? Is it possible that you had the same sort of pile up or dust up or crash up in a relationship because you ignored the rumble strips and veered into someone's lane, or they veered into your lane, and what do? Back off. Get your own lane. When we start to realize how often we veer into someone else's lane, or how often they veer into ours, we would realize that it is a perfectly human, natural thing for us to do. But sometimes the results are not what we hope for, and instead we have this relationship crash. So what if instead we could tune ourselves in to the sound of our relationship rumble strips and get ourselves back on course so that we don't get to the point of feeling resentful for someone or at someone because they're trying to give us the benefit of their wisdom, which sometimes comes across as a command, or we do the same to them, which sometimes comes across as a command. And what do we all know as human is nobody likes to be told what to do. And so then we get upset and we turn away, and sometimes very valuable suggestions might actually go unheard because our instinctive reaction is back off, stay in your own lane. Can you relate? What if the rumble strip is not just for vehicles? Notice it's not a question. I didn't say if you're going to drift into someone's lane or if they're going to drift into your lane. It's a question of when. So what can we do so that we are wise enough and calm enough that we don't react by swerving away and perhaps not having a good outcome when somebody is veering into our lane, or when we indeed want to veer into somebody else's? I'm going to give you 3 main ideas. The first is to catch it. Catch when it happens, because so often we don't even realize we're doing it until it's too late. Acknowledge first, though, that it is a normal human reaction. For years, humans have been judging other people, seeing a way that they could do things better, and telling them what that way should be. And they've been doing the same to us. So acknowledge that it is a normal reaction. I want you to really get that, because we tend to get so upset and so surprised when somebody says what we should or shouldn't do. And let's try and normalize that a little bit if we can, rather than getting upset over it. So here's what we're going to do. The first thing is we're going to catch when it's happening. And how do we do that? On the road, when we hear it, it's very clear. There's this bumpiness, and it kind of jars us awake. But in our everyday relationships, we don't have the benefit of that. What we do have, though, is an internal rumble that's like, this doesn't feel right. And it is often characterized by what I think of as the should, shouldn't shuffle. Catch how often you say the word should or shouldn't about a situation, about a person, about what they should be doing, about what the company should be doing, the government should be doing, whatever it might be. Whenever you hear should from someone else, that's a little bit of a flag about, ooh, coming into my space. And notice how often, not only that you hear it, but also that you say it, going into their space. So try to catch when it is happening. Notice the should, shouldn't. Things like, he should lighten up. They shouldn't worship the way they do. You should go back to school. She shouldn't speak to her child like that. Those children are out too late. Those parents should put those kids in bed. Whatever it might be. Should. This is the rumble strip for me of staying in our own lane. Why is it important? Because it is the thing that will lead to the unmet expectation, the disappointment, the anxiety for both you and for the other person. So when you hear should or shouldn't, allow it to wake you up. Recognize the rumble. And then ask yourself, whose business is it? In her book, Loving What Is, the author Byron Katie says, and I quote, "I can find only 3 kinds of business in the universe: mine, yours, and God's." And when she speaks about God, what she speaks about is reality. Reality is God because it is. It's whatever is happening, and anything that is out of control, out of my control, out of your control, out of anyone's control, that's reality at times. That's like God's business. Just leave it alone. So the first thing that we look for is this catching. The next thing is to ask, whose business is it? Sometimes that's the hardest, isn't it? Because if I'm a parent and I see my adult son doing something, then my tendency that I don't like, my tendency might be to say you should or shouldn't. His tendency is to say, I'm a grown-up boy, leave me alone, let me make my own decisions. What's going to happen? The very valid suggestion that I might have had will be completely ignored. Whose business is it? Well, I'm a mom. As a mom, for the rest of my life, I reserve the right to be a mom. But that doesn't give me the right to tell my son, or anybody else for that matter, what they should or should not do. That is their business. What I can say is, are you open to a suggestion? And then from that, he can accept or reject. But until he does that, whose business? His business. My business is to be a mom. I'm going to offer what is in my lane and give the person the right to say no. An example of this is the story of Jesus at the pools of Bethesda. So the pools of Bethesda is a place that has these arches, and it's said that in the pools you will heal. So people would try and get into the pools so that they would heal. And there was a dude who'd been hiding, or not hiding, but living in the arches and in the pool area for years. But he could never make it into the water. And Jesus came upon him one day and saw that this guy was having difficulty. But before he presumed to put him in the water, the question that Jesus said was, "Do you want to be healed?" He stayed in his lane. And then based on what the person said, he responded. And that brings me to point number 3, which is to be response-able and respectful. I am responsible for me. I am responsible for my behavior. I am responsible for my reactions. Sometimes, when things come at me, a rumble strip comes from somewhere else and comes into my lane, I may react rather than respond. And more often than not, what that results in is an overreaction or an oversteering and crash. To the extent that I can stay calm and respond to the intrusion into my lane, if you will, the more able I will be to discern what is mine, what is this other person, what is right for me. I find it really interesting that in the common language that we use for the Lord's Prayer, the words are, "Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us." And trespass has many different meanings. Most people think of it in terms of like doing something wrong, like trespassing, sinning in some way. But I really like this in terms of a literal version of coming into my lane. You're trespassing. This is my path. According to the dictionary, trespass has 2 meanings. One is to enter a person's land or property without their permission. The other is to commit an offense against. And if you combine those 2 together, which I think would be really powerful, then we commit an offense against someone else when we enter their land or their property without their permission. When we stray into somebody else's business, that is a trespass. And when you think of it that way, and you think of it in terms of the Lord's Prayer, it's like this has been happening since the days of long before where we are now in this century or the last century or hundreds of centuries ago. When other people stray into our path, they trespass. When we stray into somebody else's path, we are trespassing. It's easy, then, for people to get thrown off their own course. We're taking away their power. And what kind of relationships do we want? Do we want relationships that require one person's voice to be higher, louder, and more powerful than another? Or do we want relationships which share power, where each person has their own voice, which is so much safer and so much more authentic and so much more how we would want? So rather than power over, surely what we're looking for in relationships are power with people. How do we get it? We stay in our lane. We respect the other person's intelligence enough that they can be in their lane too, and then we don't disempower them by telling them what the heck they should do. So, it's easier said than done. I mean, doesn't it make sense intellectually to stay in your own lane? We can all kind of get that. But what do we do? What is the language that we need to use or could use when we find ourselves straying into another person's lane? Frankly, that one's the easier one. We stray into somebody else's lane, we catch ourselves with that rumble strip going, oh, I just said the word should or shouldn't. Welcome to humanity. I've got a heartbeat, and I can stop. I can re-steer, and I can apologize if necessary and say, oh, out of my lane, sorry. That's one way. But what if someone is coming into your lane? That's sometimes harder, isn't it? So here's some of what I'm going to recommend. Here's some examples that I'll give you. First is to normalize it. Like, let's not get too upset about these things, because we've just agreed, hopefully, that the straying in and out of people's lanes is a normal, everyday human occurrence. So let's not get too upset when somebody does it. Think of it as another belly button. You know, opinions are like belly buttons. Everybody's got them. Well, same thing. And once you see it that way, then all of a sudden you realize you don't have to actually buy into it. It's just another person's lane veering into, another car veering into your lane, not your car. So you don't have to absorb what they're saying. Instead, observe it. They came in. Now your job is to help them gently get the heck back into their own. But to do it in a respectful way is not always that easy, because we don't have the language. So, here's some things. First, remember that the only way to add kindness in the world is to be kind yourself. So meeting their upset with your upset is just going to make two of you upset. Not going to help. Car comes into your lane, you see it, you don't absorb it, you go, oh, there have been times when I've gone into other people's lanes, perfectly normal thing that happens in life. Now I'm going to gently set my limits. Here are some examples, and some of this is from my friend Martha Creek, because we talk about this kind of thing all the time. First, you got to calm yourself down. Then, you can say things like, it's absolutely clear to me that you didn't intend to hurt me. And I want you to know that the words that you said, the thing that you did, actually hit a little. That is a way of defining yourself separately from the other person. I would want you to know if I hurt you, and so I'm sharing this with you. back in your own lane. You're not saying get back in your own lane, because that would be kind of mean. There's no need for mean old man. Puppy dogs get what they want just as well. When you said XXX, or you spoke with X tone of voice, that brought up some discomfort for me. Another language that is all about your experience without any judgment other than this is what I experience. You can ask to change the topic. What else can we talk about other than this thing that we disagree about? What else can we find common ground about? Because I am noticing that I'm getting defensive. Not saying anything about your point of view. I'm noticing what's happening for me. Can we change the channel? And then also, limit your engagement. Just because they're in your lane doesn't mean that they have to stay there. So you can say things like, I'll listen to what you say, and then if it keeps going and keeps going, then you can say, pause. Pause. I need a break from this. I can be here to hear you burn off the words that you need to burn off, but I have limited bandwidth for listening to this. What are you doing when you do that? You're allowing the other person to be who they are and not to come into your lane too much. So just think of these three things and you'll realize that they help, hopefully, to keep you in your lane. First, catch the should, shouldn't shuffle. Just notice it. You'll be amazed at how often you say it or hear it. I know I do. Next, ask, whose lane am I in? Is it mine, or am I in theirs? Or are they in mine? And then third is take responsibility, respectfully. And if you paid any attention today, you might realize that I just did an acronym for CAR. When you're in the rumble strips and you're in the car of your life, catch yourself. Ask whose lane am I in, and respond respectfully. For rich, rewarding relationships, respond to your rumble strips. I bless you. Oh, baby.
What a nice picture. With no Beatles in it, but a nice picture. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be now, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be now, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be now, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine on till tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be now, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be now, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
I think this is on. Yes, it is. So I'm Maxine, and these are today's announcements. Is it?
Like an ice cream cone.
Is it? Oh, up here. Okay. Okay, there. Okay. So, due to changes in Reverend Rhona's schedule, we are moving our weekly prayer service to Tuesday evenings. Please join us on Zoom from 7 to 7:45 p.m. for Tranquil Tuesdays. We check in with each other, we enjoy a guided meditation, and we uplift and acknowledge each person as we read the names of the people on our prayer list. To add a person to the prayer list, please fill in the prayer request slip found in your welcome packet with the person's first name and the first initial of their last name, and place it in the offering basket. You can also send us an email or submit a prayer request on our website or app. The next one. Buy a t-shirt for $30 and celebrate Unity of New Westminster. Lyle is preparing a custom t-shirt order. If you're interested, please see Lyle. The goal is to create a bulk order and hopefully get a discounted price. We are encouraging everyone to consider buying one. Imagine how nice it would look at our booth at the New West Pride if everyone was wearing this t-shirt. So doesn't it look great? I'm assuming there's one up on the board. Yes, there is. Doesn't it look great? It's a beautiful, beautiful blue. I love it. Yeah. So Unity of New Westminster is fully supported, and we are grateful for your gifts, which support our community's message. Many of us contribute with pre-authorized payments, which are especially helpful for our budgeting. If you are not placing anything into the contribution basket today, please bless it silently when it comes to you. Then pass the basket along. For our online viewers, you'll find a donation link in the description of the recording. And please like and subscribe to our channel so we can reach more people out there. Please give freely from a place of abundance and gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so blessed.
Is someone going to walk around with a basket? There we go. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you, Carl. We are so blessed to have you here. Thank you, Izzy, for being here.
Thank you.
The sidekick. Thank you so much, Stuart and Pamela and Valerie and Glenn, for making it through the first service together, learning audiovisual. I'm sure there'll be many, many questions, but I'm so, and, not but, and, we are so blessed that you are here and part of our team. Thank you to all who are part of our team, both visible and the people who worked behind the scenes in the office and the gardens, in making coffee and setting up tables and taking tables down. The list goes on, and I guarantee that I will forget someone if I try and name everyone. Thank you, though, for sure, to our platform people, to Maxine and to Barb with Sidekick Walt today. Thank you, and thank you all for being here. Let's stand and sing our prayer for protection and peace song together. I hope you all have a great week. Drive safely. And, oh, see, everyone's going in a circle, even if... Okay, we're doing circle. Drive safely and watch those rumble strips, folks.
On earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, may this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. The presence of God wherever I am. God is. are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. We are the light of God. We are the love of God. We are the power of God. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Coffee, everyone. Stay for coffee.
Thank you, everyone.